such a big company in NVIDIA, JB is one of the 5 places around the world to be selected.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Property Zone. And welcome back to today's sections. And over the past few years, actually, Johor Bahru's property market, especially areas like within a walking distance to CIQ and also the RTS link, has been one of the hottest topic for investors and also home buyers alike. All right, are the prices too high now? Or with so many projects, new projects going to be completed in the next few years, okay, could it be heading towards to an oversupply? Okay, today we have Sean here to help us to understand more about Johor Bahru markets.
Okay.
All right, so the first questions I want to ask, many people are wondering actually, are the JB property markets now, especially within the walking distance to CIQ and RTS link, already too high?
Okay. I think this is a very hot topic, especially those who are keen to buy or invest in the area must have these things lingering around them, right? I think at the beginning, because you and I both are from KL, so if you are looking from KL perspective, KL is actually the capital of Malaysia. And normally we receive the highest FDI and average salary in KL is higher than many places, most of the city. So in general or traditionally, we will expect people from other states to come to KL to invest, but not the other way around. But things have changed for the past 1 year, 1.5 years. So until now, it's so hot that people start wondering, like you say, is the prices has actually entered too high or entering a bubbling stage?
Yes.
Okay, stage. So first thing to look at it is, to be honest, sometimes we have the mindset that a capital of a country has to has the highest housing price per square feet. Is it true? Actually, if I look at it, a lot of people think JB is over, the price is too hot, or even there's a bubble there because some of the prices is actually higher than certain area in KL, right? It doesn't make sense. But if you look at certain countries, those countries that we are very familiar with, for example, US. Do you know that the highest prices in US is not in the capital?
Oh, where is it?
The capital of US is actually Washington DC, District of Columbia. But of course, we think about higher house prices in US. We always think about New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Okay, for example. So these cities' prices has actually overtaken the price in the capital itself. Another example, Australia. All right, when we talk about expensive house prices, Sydney, Melbourne, some would say Perth, but none of these cities is actually the capital of the country. The capital of Australia is actually Canberra.
Okay.
All right. So sometimes we have to, if we actually open our minds, it's like we have to sometimes accept the fact that the capital of a country might not be necessarily the higher price of the country. The second point I want to prove is that the prices of JB, especially the land price that is actually suitable for development, has gone up, leap and drop, right? We have seen developer prices like just within a year, the price has gone from like maybe 1,004 or less, 1,003 per square feet. Within 9 months, the owner or the seller is looking at 2,000, 2,003. All right? Is there a bubble? Actually, to be honest, we don't know. We don't really know. But if we say just because the prices has reached all-time high, there is a bubble, then maybe you can take example of a very, very popular stock. It's called NVIDIA. Have you heard of NVIDIA?
Yes.
All right. Actually, I heard of this stock more than 20 years ago when I was a stockbroker in US. But you look at recently, for the past 1.5 years, I think the stock prices go up more than 5 times, 7 times. If you look at, if you're holding the stock, just because the stock has reached an all-time high, you think there's a bubble, it's overheating, you throw away the stock, you'll be regretting now.
Okay.
All right. So sometimes we just have to understand if things is right, the fundamentally is strong, reaching all-time high, reaching new high is in the process is inevitable. Just because of reaching new prices all time, it doesn't mean that it's actually having a bubble. Fundamentally, market perspective, market demand has to be there. in order to make things sustainable. I think just do the perspective.
Okay. So we got the ideas about the prices, not necessarily compulsories in the capital, in the city, or in a country. So what about the supply? Are there going to be an oversupply in JB markets?
Actually, very good question. Very good question. I think when we talk about Johor, we need to segmentize it. Okay. Johor State was one of the states that has highest overhang units, right? Because this way oversupply comes in. But we have to understand house, all right, or property in that matters is actually very different from other things. House itself, one is fixed on the place, it doesn't move. It's not like handphone is oversupply, you can go to other places. Shoes oversupply, you can send to other places to sell. Right? So in that perspective, I would think that we need to very clearly segregate Johor as a state. All right? JB as the capital of the state, Johor Bahru as a state. Then now we are actually zooming in the walking distance to CIQ or RTS. Then there will be a totally different picture already.
Yes.
All right. Now, whether there's enough demand, we are looking at huge development coming up. I actually did a Google search and also the ChatGPT search, like the upcoming units within the walking distance of CIQ for the next few years. It's going to be ranging about 8 to 10,000 units.
New supply.
All right. Within walking distance, just to be specific.
So now, exclude those existing one, completed one.
Newly completed one. So a lot of people are thinking about, if you are targeting Malaysians working in Singapore, how many of them are actually currently traveling? How many of them are actually residing in Singapore? The figure is, to tell the figures, number one, on daily basis, there are about 350,000 to 400,000 Malaysians passing the immigration point to reach Singapore and work. That's number one. But to be honest, these are not the target customer to occupy the unit. You know why? Number one, those people who's actually staying, doing this, they probably have a place to stay in JB already, and they have their own transportation. And in fact, they probably need the transportation to go to Singapore when they start working. All right. Whether RTS gonna be completed and how far it's gonna be, they are not the target clients. I think the target clients or target buyer or own stayer that will be staying at this unit will be some of the Malaysians that are currently residing in Singapore and paying a rental in terms of Sing dollar. This is amounted about 1.18 million. So 1.18 in total is actually residing. There's a number now. That's number one. I'm not saying there's no way all of them will be coming back. All right, some of them are okay. They feel comfortable in Singapore. They don't mind paying a higher rental in Sing dollar. But if you take just a 1%, just take a 5%. All right, the 5%, you're talking about 60,000 people. I'm just not talking about 10,000
units.
You're looking at average 3 person per unit. Then you're looking at 30,000. There's one way to look at it. But if RTS becomes so much accessible, predictable, because public transportation, the main key is about predictable. You need to know, if I come down now, how long will it take me to another place?
It's measurable.
I think some of the Singaporean or other national that's currently working in Singapore, that is total up about 4 million people. All right? I'm talking about everyone's working in Singapore. If a fraction of them think that they don't mind spending another 15 minutes by saving saving 2/3, only paying 1/3 of the price they are paying. Instead of renting a HDB that you're going to stay with landlord, now you have the unit by yourself. Instead of staying in a HDB that has no facility and probably is about 20 years old, you're looking at brand new unit with sky infinity pool, deck garden, wading pool, yoga deck, and top-notch facility of the gym. I think there's quite obvious. There will be some pull factors on that. So just talk about price, then we talk about the supply.
I overheard some of my friends actually talking about they work in Singapore. They actually rent out. They are Singaporean. They work in Singapore, so they rent out their own units, and they come and come and stay residing in
I have exactly
Johor
one
Bahru.
client like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rent out his
So
HDB and he buy the houses for me.
I earn the rent in Sing dollar. I pay the rent in Malaysian ringgit.
That's correct. That's
Yeah.
correct.
That's 3 times cheaper. And another thing, bro.
Yeah.
With the RTS link, just being a cross-border train service, will you think this is a big impact to the property market in Johor Bahru?
Okay, just to clarify for those of you who are new to the RTS, RTS stands for the Rapid Transit System. Basically, there's a train, only one station. All right, you leave from JB, CIQ, the RTS station. Basically, you just reach within 6 minutes. As long as you get on the train, within 6 minutes you will reach Woodland North MRT station in Singapore.
Okay.
All right. Now, why I personally think is so significant for this RTS station is number one, unlike main meat policy, which can be amended, changes along the way when there's a change of government, a change of policymaker. RTS is a permanent fundamental infrastructure is there to stay.
Okay.
It will not change. That's number one. Number two, it's not just that the train takes very short traveling time, but they also now allow the cross-border, the immigration checkpoint.
Supposedly have 2 times.
Instead of you do one time in Singapore, so you do one time in JB and another time in Singapore, you can actually clear both when you actually get on board with the train. So once you reach the Woodland MRT station in Singapore,
You can straight away.
you are like Singaporean, you actually own free. I think this is another very, very important thing. Of course, if you're actually working for somewhere, all right, whether you are in Singapore, whether you're in KL, I think the most important is to have a peace of mind is you know when you will come out from your house, you want to know what time you'll reach office. The RTS actually feel we call the last mile. If you're walking distance, you know how long would it take for you to walk. And the train will there will not be a traffic jam. There's actually a very fast clearing system. And you are actually reaching an MRT station in Singapore. You are not reaching somewhere that you get off in the no man land. I think there's a main difference.
I see.
Okay. Of course, on top of that, just to add on the RTS thing,
Yes.
if you read the news recently, just now I mentioned about the stock NVIDIA. I think by now everybody know how the stock about NVIDIA, whether you invest or not. NVIDIA basically, I think a few days ago, just announced they have select Johor as one of the strategic partner for partnering with YTR.
Okay.
Such a big company in NVIDIA, and Johor is one of the 5, JB, not Johor. JB is one of the 5 places around the world to be selected.
Data center.
AI, data center, all right, in details, of course, you can do a bit of research, but what we are seeing now is just that, not just the RTS, you have world-renowned company partnering, creating job opportunity, pouring in FDI, foreign direct investment, all this. So I think this is also other catalysts on top of the RTS.
Yeah, and
right.
YTR also gained the government support for the AI.
Basically.
Yeah,
right.
AI development. All right. Okay. So thank you for Sean's today sharing. So we get some ideas about the prices and also the impact of the property market in Johor Bahru, especially within walking distance to CIQ and RTS. Tell us what is your thought, comment below. If you like this video, like, subscribe and share to your friends and families. Okay,
Yeah.
we will see you in the next video. Thank you,
Okay.
Sean.
Thank you, Nicholas. See you, everyone. Bye bye.